Hey everyone, my name is Clay, and today we're going to be going over some disc reviews, but not just any typical disc reviews. We purchased a set from, you see it, TEMU. Now they have every disc that you would need for a set, so you have your putters, mid-range, I have a fairway driver, and a distance driver. Now you may have seen some TEMU discs already flying around, maybe not. I wanted to bite the bullet, purchase some, and just see exactly what they're going to be like. This is going to be a first time unboxing. Haven't seen any of these discs. Don't know what order that they're in, but let's just get to popping these little boxes open and see what we got. First up, looks like we have our fairway driver. It is a Starbat is the name of the discs, and then they have its own little sub name. This one's called the XUFO. This is the fairway driver. It's a 7-speed, 7 glide, -1 turn, 1 of fade. And those are the similar numbers to the River. I bag a River currently and really enjoy it. It feels kind of small to be a 7-speed in the hand, but it looks good. Kind of cool colorway is that blue plate and the purple rim. It's pretty neat. Profile looks pretty good. It's pretty straight. Looks like a typical fairway driver. Like I said, it feels kind of smaller in the hands though. So let's get on with the fairway. Next up we have like the distance driver. And I realized after starting this first one, the name of the discs are the XUFO. My apologies. And then the surname is on top. This one's called the Starbird. This one feels pretty good. The plastic feels pretty good as well. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel fake. It feels decent quality. It feels kind of light. I think most of them were in the 170 to 175 gram range. Except for the putter, I think was a little less, like in the 160s. But it feels good. Kind of gummy to it a little bit. Feels like a 10-speed. This one's a 10, 5, -1, 2. I don't know. It feels good. Profile looks good. So the disc feels fine. Just going to be very curious on how these things fly. So far we have fairway and distance driver. So let's see what we pull next. We've got the putter. Very nice. Now, this one cracks me up because this is the XUFO, not in Eagle Wings, but instead it's the Eagle Wigs. I don't know if you can see that very good. I know this light shining. The Eagle Wigs. So, you know, these come from over the pond and they are what they are. But I think it's just so unique, so funny. It's called Eagle Wigs. This putter is 2301, and as you can see, it's more of that premium plastic, not your soft plastic that's going to catch chains really well. Feels pretty good. My hands are, decent size, but it feels somewhat deep. I don't know, I put with Maidens from Westside Disc, and they're a little dummy, but they still feel pretty good in the hands. This one kind of feels like my fingers are trying to reach to get to the plastic. There's space. I like more of a flat putter. But yeah, no, this is kind of cool. We'll see. I'm curious to see how it's going to throw, because it feels kind of deep in a throwing grip. But there's your little profile look at it. Eagle Wigs. Very cool. Next up, and it must be our mid-range. This one is the XUFO Bison. This one also feels fairly deep, and it's showing that it's pretty stable too. It's a 503. 503. So it's showing that it has some beef to it. I'm not sure how that's going to hold up, with it being not a branded disc. I'm not even sure if these are PDGA approved. Probably not, I would assume. That's what that looks like. Feels good, like I said. It feels a little deep. Feels a little light. I'm worried about these weights. Maybe I'll get the scale out and we can weigh these and see how much they weigh. But cool, so far we have the set. This is it, the 4 that we're going to use. We have the XUFO Eagle Wigs, the XUFO Bison, the Starbat, and the Starbird. So distance, fairway, mid, and putter. All right, everyone, we're out here doing our TEMU disc challenge. Have some sad news. Took a couple warm-up throws, and the fairway driver ended up over here in the water. Headwind kind of turned it over, so We're only going to have a 3-disc challenge instead of 4. So have our driver, our mid-range, and our putter, which is fine because this course is a little bit shorter and we should be able to be fine without the fairway. Probably wouldn't be able to use it much anyway today. So we're going to start out with a 402-foot par 4, so a softer par 4 right inside these trees. It's got some stability. It's that 10-5, I think -1-2. So we hit a tree, but that should play for a birdie. All right, this is where our drive landed. We're probably about 120 feet from the pin. It's surrounded by water, really wet out here today. So we're going to throw our little Eagle Wigs putter. It's just really wet. All right, so I landed smack dab in the lake, which typically isn't here. But we're just going to pull it out. I'm going to play some relief. All right, tap in water par. We're all kind of sad to get a par on this hole. It's such a short par 4, but it is what it is. You'll be all right. Yeah. Hole 2, we have a 216-foot par 3 straight ahead. The tree kind of in the way. So what we're going to do is I'm going to throw a putter. I usually throw a forehand, but I'm going to throw the putter, try to do a little backhand turnover. Somewhat of a headwind, so maybe I'll just throw it straight. This is not going great. All right, well that drive just smacked the tree. So we have about a 65, 70 footer. We're just going to jump putt up, see if I can get close. All right, the putter's going to show to prove in a headwind, no bueno. All right, I have about a 25 footer with a right to left headwind currently. Come on, Eagle Wigs. Come on. All right. All right. We've got some work to do. I just want to, I want to get way up above my average. That way we can have some fun to get back to it. All right, taking a double bogey on a 215-foot par 3 stinks, but it's okay. We have here a 190-foot par 3. There's a Mando here to the right on this tree, and then it's just absolutely straight. We're going to try the Bison on a forehand. I'm a little nervous because numbers are 5-4-0-3, but on my first throw, it was pretty straight. So I'm worried that's going to be wobbly or just come out overturned on the forehand. So we're going to try to be nice and smooth with it. Let's give it a rip. Let's just see. Okay, the stability did hold up. Hit another tree. That's okay. All right, left with about a 40-footer. We got a tailwind putt. To the left. Try the Bison. Close. Harder. Yeah. All right. Feels good to make a putt, especially when it's just 7 feet away. All right, hole 4, we have a 233-foot par 3. Absolutely straight ahead. Kind of a low ceiling once you get 3/4 of the way down. We're going to try the Bison. All right, turned it over, but it'll be a jump putt. All right, we got about a circle's edge putt here for birdie. Oh, so close. Struggling. +2 through 4. Got some work to do. All right, hole 5, par 3, 270 feet, straight ahead. The tee pad, as you can see, is underwater, so I'm going to play back. Probably push it closer to 300 feet. I'm going to throw the distance driver. Don't trust the Bison to get there. So I'm going to throw the distance driver, the starboard on the forehand. Try to flex it a little bit. Flex left and let it go right. Didn't flex it. Threw it straight up. Actually, it's turning some. Get down. Hey, we gotta look. All right, well, we got a putt, which I'd be confident in with my actual putters. So I guess I had a little bit of a skip over the little ditch right here. Probably about a 20-footer. Somewhat weird stance going uphill for the bird. Really need it. It'd be great to have one. Drop right at the last second. Sweet. Put that about 10, 12 feet from the basket. Should be a nice little tap in. Tailwind too. Perfect. First birdie. Take it. Hole 7, we have a 375-foot par 4. It's pretty short, kind of plays a tricky line. Backhand works, but I'm going to throw a forehand to get it there. Kind of a left to right, so I'm worried on a forehand. If I try to turn it, someone's just going to beat it down with that left coming wind. So we have a chance for an eagle opportunity, which would be awesome. Have eagle this before on forehand. We're having our distance driver, the Starbird. Nope. Okay, I'll be a scramble for birdie. All right, that went all of nowhere. Still have about 260 to 280 left. I'll throw the Starbird on the forehand again. Kind of just poke this left side. Hope it skips in some. Flipped up a little bit, riding a little inside. Big skip. That's about a 50-footer for birdie. I'm honestly pretty surprised with the stability on this driver. I thought it was just going to be really flippy, like all the other discs have been so far. But it's not. It's actually fairly stable, especially with all the wind pushing it around. Got about a 24.5-footer for birdie. Headwind. Can I at least try? Can you at least put some mustard on that, please? Lordy. Okay. Well, you get excited about smacking an eagle, and you're left with an Eagle Wigs par. All right, hole 8, par 3, 236. It is straight ahead, but I'm going to be playing probably about 250, 255 back because tee pads are underwater. So kind of a tail right to left currently. I don't know if I'm just going to throw it hard and let it turn itself or put some turn on it. Oh yeah, or just fall down. Okay. Yeah. Well, you saw no ace on that one. Also, no pulled hamstring, no torn Achilles tendon. We're good. Gotta be nimble on these slick courses. I got a little bit of a jumper, probably a 50-footer. I am going to, you guys are set up on the left side. I'm going to go right side, hyzer around, and I'm actually going to putt with the Bison for a little more glide and stability because this tree's kind of low, so I want to try to hang it up a little higher and let it dump in left. So, oh, let's see what we can do. It's going to be a little tough. Didn't leave it up or on a hyzer. That's okay. I'll putt in. All right, little tap in. Tap in, tap in. All right, hole 9, last hole of the TEMU disc challenge. Fairway drive, the distance driver. Pretty happy about this. Nice, feels good in the hand. Has a little bit of turn, but also has enough stability to trust it. Forehand, backhand, whatever you'd like. The Bison, most definitely a 5.401 potentially. I would give it a 1.5. I wouldn't even go to 2. Pretty straight, pretty flippy. And the putter, not good for throwing whatsoever. Very flippy. Jump putts too, and headwinds will turn over for you. So the putter, I'd probably X-nay me. The Bison, good for straight shots, so flippy, probably good, playing in the woods, something like that, or less wind. And then a distance driver, I'd potentially bag it for a slower speed distance driver, potentially. So last hole, it is par 4, 378 feet. It's tough when it's straight and then goes left, but there's a double mando on the far side pine tree you can see, and the closest inside pine tree. So in this gap, you got to throw through. So we're going to throw a forehand. Hopefully it goes straight, turns a little left, and hopefully we can get a little birdie. A little birdie, actually. Nice. Turn it over. It's cut rolling, cut rolling, cut rolling, cut rolling. And found itself in the water. Well, I complimented the stability of that distance driver, but can't just torque over on it on a power forehand. That won't work. Fortunately, we did find ourselves in the ditch because where you guys are sitting right now is OB on the road. So I'm going to take a relief a little ways up. And we got a backhand will pitch up about 100 foot. right, let's go finish this out. Nice little up shot. I gotta practice my backhand up shots. It's always something I make it so nervy about because I always yank it or don't give it enough. So we'll end with a bird. Pretty happy about that. Not super happy about the round because out here typically 3 down is simple to do on 9 holes. 18, you can easily get double digits. So I thought 5 down would be probably what we were getting today. But with the TEMU disc, now we know. Probably would not recommend purchasing them if you're a, intermediate, even to advanced player. I wouldn't recommend any of the discs. The distance driver is one maybe you can check out if you just wanted to say, hey, I bought something from TEMU. It might work for you. I mean, I can see myself bagging it, but I have plenty of discs that could take its slot that I'm more confident with. Mid-range, if you just want something point and shoot, pretty good, even with turnover. And the putter, don't touch it. Leave it there. And thanks for watching.